love this window lighting. I gotta film it this time of day every day. Hey y'all, it's time for another weekend recap. Long workouts. What I did this weekend to try to build my strength to make my Ironman time 4 hours last. 4 hours to make my Ironman time 4 hours better than last time, which was my first time. So I'll be going for Ironman number 2, and I'm trying to make it 4 hours better, and this is what I'm doing to do it. As always, I have a coach, so the program, if I share with you, isn't my programming, it's my coach's, and I just execute it, and I am very happy to say that I've been executing it well and excited about the strength that I am building. I have been dealing with this like finicky little foot thing, leg thing. I don't even really know what it is, but I feel something in the bottom of my heel and the pain kind of radiates. I don't think you can see down here, my hip. I think you can just see my profile. Yeah, so I've been kind of dealing with that. I'm kind of just trying to stretch it, see where it goes. I'm going to go to the sports massage therapist next week, see if he can work anything out, and we'll go from there. I did get a new pair of shoes. I think my shoes, when I have them on my feet, are super comfortable. Now the insoles inside of them, I decided to go with a little bit higher profile of the insoles. That could be doing it. Also, I am messing a lot with my run form. Because I'm really not that great at like run form. I just kind of go out and do it. But of course your body likes when the form is a little bit better. And so if I had bad form before, but my body was used to it, and I'm trying to work on better form, my body's not used to it. So it's like kind of throwing that off a little bit. Could be that. Could just be mileage buildup. I'm gonna give it another week or two. Hubby said, go to the doctor now. And I'm like, I don't really like going to the doctor, but I don't like going to the doctor because I don't like hearing bad news. And normally, I mean, I don't hear bad news from the doctor. I've just had, instances in the past where I've had really bad news. So, don't know, I am a pulmonary embolism / blood clot survivor. This month is actually like Stop the Clot, blood clot month. I'm going to do a whole separate video on this because I would be remiss not to share my story as a part of that month and the organization out there that's trying to get awareness out for blood clots, because blood clots can present as stuff that's not as serious. And then become a whole lot more serious. So like I said, I'm going to do a whole other video about that. But not only am I a pulmonary embolism and blood clot survivor, but I am also a cancer survivor. So that very same year, I got diagnosed with thyroid cancer. That was 10 years ago. So this will be my 10-year anniversary run. It will actually be my 10-year cancer-free mark, almost exactly to the date on the run date. So within like a week of it. So that's pretty cool. Let's go over that weekend of training that we were talking about. So Friday I had a pretty long swim, but I don't get my shit together to get to the pool in time and give myself enough time, because this swim had 2 sets of 10 100s with rests in between. So then that rest builds up to another 10-15 minutes extra. And so I don't give myself enough time, and I didn't finish the swim only because of that. But I was killing some 100s. I'm gonna show some video of that. I am super proud of where my swim's gone to. And for me, it's mostly been just getting in the pool and repeating. So I know I can get faster by working on some more form. Right now my form isn't perfect. My hubby just started swimming technically, like quite literally the word technically swimming last year, meaning he could keep himself from drowning before last year, but he didn't know how to do front crawl correctly. So he's working a lot on form because his body just, it didn't have it. I grew up in swimming lessons and did triathlon, you know, 10, 12 years ago too, so I was swimming then. And so he's working a lot on form, so he'll send me all the YouTube videos. So I have to work a little more on form to start even getting faster. But I am consistently sitting at my hundreds being 150 with only 10 to 20 second rests in between of them. So if I can get down to that 140 to 150 area for my swim, with the current assist, I will knock the swim out of the water. Ha ha ha. I try to be witty sometimes, but not on purpose, and then it's not as funny. So yeah, I ended up with only 3,100 instead of 3,800, but it's still a great workout, and I have completed that particular workout before and I like it a lot. I get to do like 10 100s and then a little rest in between and another 10 100s, so it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of drill and everything within that. On Saturday, what did we do? We biked, of course. That's our Saturday. Oh, had long old bike on Saturday. I was on the bike, it says for 254. I think it was scheduled for 250. That's a long bike for me this part of season, but I'm trying to get stronger. I'm trying to get better. And I am. Like, my growth on the bike is something that I wasn't aware would come so quickly and so excitingly. So I'm so excited to keep growing on it. I was able to get in somewhere in the 51 mile range in 2 hours and 50 minutes, which is huge because that means if I go out and do a half iron distance race this year, which I'm thinking of doing, just for like kind of a warm up a couple months out from the big race, I could finish that bike in under 3 hours with no issue. I know that for sure. Now, the one I'm thinking I'm doing is going to have a little bit of elevation, so I may or may not be able to finish it in that time because we definitely have to work on elevation. But my legs are getting stronger, the power output is getting better, and the tools I'm using are helping a lot. Hubby and I got a chest strap heart rate monitor, so that's going to be fun. Haven't used it on the bike yet, but did use it on the run on Sunday. Right now, but I would just never. We did indoor on Saturday because it was like wishy-washy weather, cool, plus our bikes aren't ready for outdoor yet. Speaking of bikes, found out about my Christmas present bike that's also my birthday present and now gonna probably be anniversary present. It still hasn't been built yet. They're like waiting on parts from it from Trek, so Trek, this is me, get on it. It's been 3 months since we ordered it. Can we have my bike, please? Anyways, speaking of run, which was the beginning of this, we did our run on Sunday. I think we waited till like afternoon, which was perfect. Weather was like awesome. And I was scheduled for 1:30 based on heart rate. And like I said, we got that heart rate strap. So your wrist heart rate strap, your wrist heart rate on your watch doesn't always give the most accurate, as it is reading your heart rate based on pulse, which is technically your heart rate, but it's got to flow all the way from your heart down to your wrist, and it's just reading what is pumping through your blood. It's pretty close, but they say anywhere from 5 to 15 beats per minute in accuracy, which is huge when you're trying to stay in a 5 to 10 minute or 5 beats per minute frame. So anyways, run was that, or the heart strap or heart rate strap, which is right around your heart, so it's actually feeling your heart. And I killed this run. I got my best 10K time post-COVID. I'm calling these all post-COVID 10K times, because the reason being is I was training and running for triathlon and doing half marathons and everything like that pre getting sick in 2014, 10 years ago. And then when I got sick, I moved over to the Spartan world and did Spartan races. So I wasn't kind of not wanting to like be super fast. I just wanted to build up strength and do the races for a whole lot of fun. And I had a whole lot of fun with them, met my husband with them. And so I wasn't like working on my speed per se during that time. And then we moved out here and COVID hit, and we did a whole lot of nothing during COVID. Like we did a little bit of working out, but not like we should have. And of course the gyms were closed for a little while. We were still doing CrossFit. And then post-COVID, we got a house and we did our gym in the garage, and we started training for triathlon again. I got my best post-COVID time, 10K on Sunday, and super excited about that. I'm pulling it up. It was 1:03:08, which was a 10:10 per mile time, and the run wasn't supposed to be like testing my time. I started out at a 120 to 130 heartbeat for 20 minutes, and then for 35 minutes I did 140 or 130 to 140, and then from there I was supposed to do 150 to 160. I couldn't get my heart rate much over 160 or 150. It stayed right in that 150 area, which is awesome. That just means that I'm getting fitter, and I need to start running faster, but my legs have to catch up with my heart. So my heart's doing good, but you know, sometimes you have to train the legs too. So I had my best 10K time during that. I had my third best 1 mile time, my second best 5K time. Just feeling super awesome during the run. So we are doing a 50K, or not a 50K, 50K. We're doing a 50K ultra marathon in July. So we'll be starting to do some trail running, which will like slow down pace a little bit being on the trail. Not for hubby, I think he runs faster on the trail, but we're gonna do that run together. So I'll be doing some trail training here on the weekend, so I'm excited to show you a little bit of that. And the 50K is what we're signed up for next, but we're thinking of doing a half marathon that we did last year too up in Tahoe. It's just a really pretty race, and that's coming up here in June. So the 50K is in July and the half would be in June, and then we would kind of just train until our big day races. Like I said, I'm still thinking of doing that half iron distance. That would be at the end of August, so 2 months out from my race day. And then hubby has his race in September. That's kind of what the year's looking for training wise, for sure. As for this weekend, let's do week and weekend. Let's see if I can get it. Said over the weekend I did 3,100 meters in the pool on Friday. Saturday I was 50 bike on the trainer in Zwift, 50 miles, and then I ended up getting 8.5 miles in that hour and a half on Sunday, and super excited for that because that's getting my half marathon time in that 215 to 2.5 area. So I'm excited to get back to that again. My best ever, not post-COVID, half marathon is 2:01 or something. So one day I'm going to break that 2 hours, and it'd be cool to do it friggin' 10-12 years after the first time I did. I think maybe about 10 years, because it was like 2015 when I was moving and grooving on those. Let's see. Total last week I did 105 miles, 5 hours and 54 minutes of working out. I think that's just biking. Activity. I don't know, I'm off screen talking to you. My totals last week is I had 15.4 miles of running. I was on the trainer the whole time last week, so virtual riding 105 miles. So yeah, that was my total. And then, let's see where my swim is. Swim, swim, swim. Why isn't swim on here? Swim. Swim, I mark it as miles, 4.8 miles. That's my Monday, Wednesday, Friday swims that I do. I did do a couple workouts last week, just a little bit of ab work. I did CrossFit. I'll do another workout about that. I did CrossFit 24.3. So my totals, let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to work Strava, a little easier to do all this, but I think there should be something for all sports types. Yeah. So my totals last week were 126.3 miles. Don't know how many hours that is. I need to, so Strava has this new thing, I'll take a screenshot of this, where they put your weekly snapshot on top and they tell you like your total, totals for last week. But it's obviously already the new week when I'm recording this, so I'm super stoked where my training's going. I hope what's going on with this leg thing is not anything too serious, that it's something I can stretch out, work out, and get it fixed up. Like I said, I'm going to see my sports massage therapist on Monday, so my next weekly recap, I'll tell you about that. And I hope to see more of you. Like I said, I'm getting into this and getting motivated and hopefully motivating you guys. Remember, I'm just your everyday athlete. I'm not someone who had God-given talent. I believe in my brain that we all have given talent. It's just how much we hone it. But I wasn't an elite athlete all my life or anything like that. And now I'm a year away from being 40 and trying to be the strongest I've ever been. So I'm hoping this can motivate you as either a young person watching this and watching someone a little bit older to be like, hey, if I work on this now, imagine where I could be then, or someone that's my fitness level and saying, hey, I could do that too, or someone that maybe isn't fit at all, but you get a little motivated by seeing what I can do. So I'm out here to spread some joy, drool a little bit, drink some energy drinks, and tell you that you're amazing and that you shouldn't let your I want tos turn into I can'ts. I will check in with you very, very soon.